If any franchise gets big, there's always going to be something that they do not expect. Lots of YouTube content creators. The Thomas and Friends fandom is no different. There are a plethora of Thomas and Friends YouTubers on the platform. And I've decided to do my top 10 Thomas and Friends YouTubers. And disclaimer right now is that the Unlucky Tug will not be mentioned. We all know how good the Unlucky Tug is. His content is second to none most of the time. So it's why I'm not including him on here. He's got his publicity, he's got his fandom, rightly so. I am one of his fans. So I want to highlight other YouTubers that maybe aren't really seen by the Thomas and Friends community. That means ones like Thomas Theorist, Usual Bloke Luke, although great content creators won't be on this list. Before I start, this list is my own personal opinion. Your list will be different than mine. And that's the one thing that makes the Thomas fandom so unique. So let me know in those comments if there's any Thomas and Friends YouTubers that I've missed that you're a fan of and that I should subscribe to. All I ask is that you be respectful and above all, enjoy the video. So before I go into the list, I want to do my honourable mentions first. First of all, Golden Terrier Studios. He's got some good content coming on his channel. I did some voiceover work for him. Plenty of good ideas there. Henry and Oliver fan 311. Definitely a rising star in this community. Good adaptations, some original stories. One to watch. Rai Ronan. If I butchered that pronunciation, I apologise. They've already got a very strong fandom, over 20,000 subscribers. Their content is great. I love their adaptations, I love their original stories. But you should definitely check them out if you haven't done so already. Stepney 2009. I'm a big fan of Stepney 2009's What If videos. It's a good wee series, goes into all those little unanswered questions that maybe the Thomas and Friends fans think about, but kind of shoved to the back of their mind. And finally, Welsh Cole. If you like your Thomas stories that are a bit more of the supernatural, a bit avant-garde, this is definitely your channel. Okay, that's the honourable mentions done, so let's go into the top 10. Number 10, Trevor Davis. When I first started looking into ideas for the Ginger Engine channel, at first I was watching other channels to see where I could take inspiration from. Obviously Unlucky Tug was in there, but I wanted to look at other channels as well to see what their content was like. And most importantly, like the content that they delivered and the points that they delivered in their opinion videos. And Trevor Davis was one of the first ones that popped up. I like Trevor's style. Like, he's very to the point with his opinions. He's not afraid to speak his mind, but he tries to be as respectful as he can. I've had some interactions with Trevor on my own channel, and if he's watching this video, I want to say thank you, because watching your videos gave me the confidence to test the waters with my own stuff before it became the Ginger Engine fully. So thank you. Number 9, the Thomas Cynic. Thomas Cynic had a very unique style when I first started watching the Thomas and Friends content. His points were always well structured. You could tell that a lot of thought went into his scripts. The editing was really good. And it was just an engaging channel. The only reason it's further down is because he took quite a big break, which was fine. He wanted to try other things and explore other avenues. That's what a lot of Thomas and Friends creators do. They start off with, say, the Thomas and Friends channel, to try and build up their following, and then they don't want to be labelled as just a Thomas and Friends YouTuber. They want to go out and explore other options. I totally respect that. So he took a break, and now he's starting to come back again. And his videos are just as strong as they were previously. Number 8, Giant Fighting Robot. This one was a little surprise for me. I was just scrolling through one day, and I saw Giant Fighting Robot in a couple of his videos and thought, I need to check these out. They interest me. Kind of reminds me of me a little bit, but obviously a younger me because I'm an old fart. Share a lot of similarities in opinions. He sticks to classic series Thomas, which I did at first, and then I wanted to try and really broaden my knowledge of the franchise and delve right into it so that I knew what I was talking about. But Giant Fighting Robot sticks to his guns and sticks with the classic seasons, and I respect that. If you haven't already, check out his video of Thomas and Friends characters based on their real life counterparts. Very informative, extremely well thought out, and he's done a terrific job with it. Number 7, Little Owl VA. One of the first YouTubers that I actually had interactions with when I first came on the Thomas and Friends scene. And it started because Little Owl VA watched one of my Tug's reaction videos, my first one, and had said that as a reaction YouTuber, he really appreciated my style. And it was a lovely comment to read, made me feel good. So I started checking out some more of his stuff, and I could see that his reaction videos were popular for a reason. He has a natural style. He's got a good ebb and flow to how he watches things and how he reacts to them. You can tell that everything that he has is genuine. But there's more to him than meets the eye in that sense. He's a fantastic writer. He's done 3 stories at the time of this recording, and they have all been absolute bangers. He's a great guy, a fantastic content creator, and I know you'll hate me saying this, but he is a brilliant reaction YouTuber. Number 6, Nino's Productions. People might think that this is a odd one to put in because he has quite a big following, but I just couldn't leave him off the list. His production quality is top notch. The voice actors he brings on are second to none. The stories he comes up with are fantastic. The way he edits his videos, all the different camera angles that are used, you can just tell this guy has skill. And as a guy who has no clue how to edit videos in terms of like Roblox or train simulators or anything like that, I just watch in envy and awe. I know I can't do it. I have tried, I have failed miserably. So I really appreciate all the hard work and effort that's put into videos like this. And Nino's Productions does that, and on a very consistent basis with extremely high quality. Number 5, Yellow Striker. When the Thomas Cynic went off the grid, there was a Thomas Cynic shaped hole in the community. We needed someone that would step up in terms of his editing style, his points, how he structured videos, and coming in with fresh perspectives. Step forward, Yellow Striker. You've heard me talk about Yellow Striker a couple of times on this channel, and it's because I really find his content so refreshing. It's thanks to Yellow Striker that I started to reconsider my thoughts on, as I called it at the time, Bitch Emily. He put out some great points, very well thought out, very well constructed, and it made me think, have I looked at this completely wrong? Some parts of it I still don't like, but I now appreciate why fans of the hit era like Emily in this guise. Obviously that one video was just one example of the plethora of content that he's got on his channel, which is really strong. Number 4, Thomas Lawrence. Mentioned Little Lil was one of the first people in the Thomas and Friends community that I connected with. But I connected with Little Lil because of another Thomas YouTuber, Thomas Lawrence. Thomas is younger than me, but we share something in common. We're Scottish. Finding a Scottish Thomas and Friends YouTuber is like trying to find a needle in the haystack the size of China. We collaborated on some things for Ginger Engine, and then he started doing his Thomas Reborn series, which I was doing some voiceover work on as well. They're always looking for ways to be more inventive. They're always looking to explore new ideas. They found their niche in the Thomas content creator community, and they're building a steady following. Number 3, Spider-Fan 2002. What Spider-Fan 2002 has over most of the creators on this list, and it's crucial when you're doing YouTube content, is consistency. Without fail, there's always something on his channel. His editing style is strong, the way he structures his videos is very unique. The stuff that he talks about is something that I would never think to talk about in my wildest dreams. I like watching Thomas YouTubers that are younger than me because it gives me a fresh perspective on the franchise, because there's parts of the franchise that I missed for so long. So watching creators that grew up with the franchise in those intervening years and hearing their childhood experiences and hearing about how Thomas impacted their lives is so refreshing. So check out his channel if you haven't already. Number 2, Peter Sam the Narrow Gauge Engine. You guys probably predicted that he would be on here. I've done a lot of collaborations with Peter Sam, but there's a reason that I keep working with him, because he's good. His content is solid, he's really strong with his opinions, his writing style is great, it's more of a grit and drama based style, like a soap opera. And anytime I read his stories, it always encourages me as a voice actor to step up my game. And my number 1 Thomas and Friends YouTuber is Sooty Will. Where do I start with this guy? He is one of the nicest YouTubers that you could possibly collaborate with. I love all the other guys I collaborated with as well, obviously. Sooty Will is so nice, so genuine, so polite. You can tell that he really cares about the people that he's contacting. He's done his research on them. He knows what he wants from them and how to bring out the best in them for his videos. You all know that I collaborated with Sooty Will on his I Would Puff 500 Miles video. That video blew up. It was absolutely amazing. It was unreal for me to see that something that I collaborated on could hit those numbers. But I say this with the greatest of respect, I was a small part of that video. Sooty Will really took it over the line. And then you look at his original stories. Oh my god, the set design alone, beautiful. That layout is a work of art. Any video that you watch of his, you can tell is made with 100% love, passion, and commitment. And you're probably thinking, we got picked by Unlucky Tug. I thought you weren't going to have anything that was mentioned by Unlucky Tug. The reason that he is where he is and why he's number one on my list is because even after all that he's done and how great his content is, I think he is still so underappreciated in this fandom. He deserves a lot more subscribers than he's got right now. His content is immaculate. That's why Sooty Will is my number one pick for my top 10 Thomas and Friends YouTubers. And to those who are maybe disappointed they didn't make the list, I want to say this. Just because you're not on the list doesn't mean that I don't notice your work. So don't feel discouraged. Don't stop doing what you're doing. Keep creating the content, because that's what's keeping the spirit of Thomas and Friends alive. So let me know in the comments if there's any YouTubers that I've missed that you would recommend that I check out. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep on chugging.